This January, in front of a gathered crowd at the University of Malaya, Malaysia's Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim spoke about the state of Malaysia's education.
Among the seven ASEAN countries, you are the worst off. Why is it? We have failed in the score.
But it don't sound much like you, girl. I wanna grab both your shoulders and shake, baby. Snap out of this. I get the feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of this. If our watch don't continue to swing, I'm a fat lady, fancy's having a sing. I'll be here waiting ever so patiently for you to snap out of here. Spell your hypnotized. How could you be so blind? Snap out. Under a spell, you're hypnotized. Darling, how could you be so blind? I wanna grab both your shoulders and shake, baby. Snap out of this. I get the feeling I left it too late, but baby, snap out of this. If our watch don't continue to swing, I'm a fat lady, fancy's having a sing. I'll be here waiting ever so patiently for you to snap out of here.
Education is the backbone of any nation progress. And in Malaysia, the government's roles in funding this sector is really important.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dominic. Thank you for lending your time for us to interview you today. So, our first question is, what is your opinion on the funding allocated to the education sector? Is it sufficient?
No,
No.
but then in fact I just want to add in a little bit if you can allow, because in any funding in any sector it has never been enough. It's never been enough. Thing is progressing. Thing is getting a lot of changes as years goes by. So the simple answer is no. But then of course the government is giving the best it can every year. So to cope or to accommodate all the requests or the needs from each sector.
Okay. How does the government ensure that students' perspectives are considered when allocating the education budget?
It is very important to consider, because student is the immediate, what we call effect with all the allocation given by the government. So as far as I know for Sarawak, we are trying to get every details or every what we call feedback from students to every year. You know, we have this event. I think you all heard about it. This Jumrambe. That's one of the example on how our state government getting informed and getting what we call feedback from the students, how to improve our education policies, aids and whatsoever.
All right, we have just one more question for you. In your view, how do political transitions or changes in government impact the consistency and stability of education funding in Malaysia?
Political question. Is effect very much for that what you call political changes. You see, But then we only can hope that every transition in politics that happen in certain state or even nation, we hope that the new government or the new group of politicians understand that they did not change much of the basic or dasar pendidikan, because if you keep on changing, the new minister coming in, new brand, new heads coming in, new otak coming in, they want to change everything because according to their needs, according to their feeling like they thought they are better than previous one, without considering all the factor that existing factors in the kawasan. So that would be a bit difficult. It might what you call disturb the whole system.
Today, we explore this issue through insight from our recent interview with Mr. Dominics, a political secretary to Premier Sarawak, who shares his view on how the government spending impacts to the future of education in our country. But one question remains. Is the funding allocated truly sufficient to ensure quality education for all? Here we will talk about what is budget. Budget is basically a plan that shows that how much the government expect to earn and spend over certain periods, usually a years. According to Journal of Business and Management in 2023, it's helped the government to keep on track of its money and make sure everything runs smoothly. In 2020, the government spending 64.1 billion ringgit on education, which is same amount as in 2020. Over the years, the number have gone ups and downs. For example, 50.4 billion ringgit in 2021, 52.6 billion ringgit in 2022, 55.2 billion ringgit in 2023, and last 58.7 billion in 2024. This money is used to make internet access better, provide foods, school supplies, and give trainee teachers higher allowances.
Let's talk about where some of the government spending are actually goes and how it's benefit us. Government spendings help in a lot of ways that benefit us directly. One big area is technology, like improving internet access and adding smart classrooms, especially in rural areas. This helps all the students learn better no matter where they live. There's also money for scholarship and financial aid, which makes schools more affordable for families that might be struggling. And let's not forget about infrastructure, things like building better schools, fixing roads, improving public transportation, all of which make daily life easier and safer. Government spendings on education in Malaysia faces major challenges. Centralized control prevents schools from meeting local needs effectively. Additionally, the distribution of resources is uneven, with the rural schools often lacking basic infrastructure compared to the urban counterparts. To gain a deeper understanding, let's hear from our expert, Madam Noafisha Binti Yusuf, Senior Lecturer of Faculty Administrative Science and Policy Studies, who bring valuable insight to this discussion.
For the first question, Madam, what is your opinion? Is funding allocated the education sector sufficient?
Okay, so when we talk about budget allocation in Malaysia, usually the top three sectors that will get more allocation is of course education. Education is the most highest allocation so far, and health sector, and also those related to security. And so far, back for the past 5 years, of course, education sector get at least or not less than 50 billion ringgit for the operational cost of education sector.
The last question is, what challenges do you face as a lecturer when government funding is limited, and how does it affect the learning process?
Alright. government funding to universities.
Yes.
I think, as I've mentioned earlier on, for higher education we get less. Yeah, because I think university can create their own income. Yeah, through grants and so on. Yeah, through lending the expertise and so on, through research and so on. Okay, but then again. We are talking about my POV from UiTM. We are not talking about other universities. Takut viral ke? In terms of UiTM, I think the fundings is quite limited, but therefore we need to adapt to those limited funding, and we need to be more creative. So far for UiTM, as I am also part of the researcher for the national research grant, all this grant that is given to UiTM have helped a lot in terms of securing all these tools and equipments for teaching. Other than they use for the grant, after the grant finish, or we completed the grant, the research, those things that we bought during the grant, during the research, is also used during our teaching and learning process. So this has helped a lot. But then again, for the case of UiTM Sarawak Campus 2, so far challenges is more towards the projector, the tools and equipment that is very crucial for teaching and learning. And for those non-social stream, especially those engineering, applied science and so on, they need a lot because they need to have this up-to-date equipment and tools to make sure that the graduates that we are making now can fit the industry. On par of what industry needs with those advanced tools and equipment.
Do you guys enjoy the initiatives being provided by the government?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
Yes.